Okay, guys, Spicey here. Just want to get some factual information out to you guys. Yeah, some people think I'm delusional for trying to bring to your attention that that this was all planned. It's not a pandemic. People call it a plandemic, and there's good reason for it. I'll show you why here. Come on a little journey with me, a factual journey. And I'll tell you again, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is a planned conspiracy. Watch and learn.
I want to play a clip for you that's been viewed more than 26 million times.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles, but microbes.
That was Bill Gates back in 2015, 5 years ago, warning about precisely the kind of threat we're all facing right now.
Okay, do you understand that? 5 years ago, 2015.
Since then, Gates has been doing everything he can to prevent a pandemic.
Right, now, so I'm going to show you something here. Yeah, I know a little bit about patents and applying for patents, as I've done with the horse suit, with the hide suit. Now I'll show you the European search engine here, the European Patent Office. Everyone can go here. I've done it. It's easy to do. We're supposed to be the smartest people ever to walk the earth. Everything's right here, but we're so gullible and we're believing these globalists that are trying to take down our countries. Right? They've fired an attack on us. Basically, we're under attack from our own governments. It's a world war. The whole world is copying it. The globalists have declared war on us. Right, you just saw that. Now look at this here. This is a patent, right? I'll go to the filing of this patent. This provisional patent was filed 23rd of July 2014. Right? There was the application was filed after that, so it went through the provisional stage and in 2015, and then again in 2016, and it was actually published then. So they're the three stages of a patent. First, you apply for a provisional. You've got 12 months to put all the filing in, and then another 18 months, basically, you can have that where you can apply for it straight away, apply for the publication, but most people wait the 18 months. But anyway, so here's the abstract. Can you read it, people? The live virus. People say it's not live. Oh, it's not live. See what else it is, guys? Gene encoding, gene editing, or whatever you like to call it. Look at that. BioNTech. So read it, guys. You got the description here. Tells you all about it. Yep. So it's a virus, but also, look at this here. Present invention also relates to the use of vaccines to prevent or to treat a disease, this disease. So he's also covering the virus and then all those vaccines that are made for this virus. Did I say he? Well, I say he. If you go back here, oh, sorry, it's not him, is it? The applicant is the Pirbright Institute. And the inventors are these guys. The Pirbright Institute. Oh, okay. It's not Bill Gates. Well, let's go and have a look at the Pirbright Institute. Here's their website. Yep. So you can go along here, look at it. Nice website. You can go down here to the major stakeholders, shareholders. Click on that page where I am now. Oh, look, all this misinformation stuff they give you a little bit about. Oh, really? Misinformation. Wonder why. Look who the major shareholders are. I haven't looked at all these people yet, but I do see one name here. World Health Organization. And we know who runs those guys. But look here, guys. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Wow. So let's go back to his little video. So remember the date? You remember the date? 2014. He invented this thing. Let's go back and have another little listen.
2 months ago, the Gates Foundation committed $100 million to fight the coronavirus.
Because they're going to make a lot more money than that. Let's listen.
I want to play a clip for you that's been viewed more than 26 million times.
If anything,
a year after he filed the provisional patent, and probably around the time it was actually filed, the actual patent was filed. Look at this.
kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles, but microbes.
Wow. Now let's go forward a little bit. Let's go forward to 6 minutes. 6 minutes around here somewhere.
Most need. Certainly because people move around the country, we have to have the shutdown or else you'll have exponential growth.
Wow, we're going to have a shutdown. So you can see what's going on here. The New World Order, the globalists, are trying to smash the economies, declare war on the people.
Growth that will spread back into other parts of the country. In terms of testing,
See that?
people
We're going to shut down.
Have the shutdown or else you'll have exponential growth.
Gonna have to have
them to where there's the most need. Certainly because people move around the country, we have to have the shutdown or else you'll have
Wow, there you go. So he wants to shut us down too. All right. It's all been planned. It's all been planned for a long time.
People didn't get that this is the biggest single threat that, could disrupt our way of life, which, even having predicted that as a risk, I'm really stunned at how,
Wow, he predicted it. Wonder how he predicted it, right? Because we know back here, a year earlier, he filed the bloody disease in a patent.
How tough it is to go through this, the medical cost, the economic cost, the psychological cost. Everybody's lives have been completely upended, and that's not just the United States, it's almost the entire world.
Well, let me ask you personally about that. Bill and Melinda Gates, I think it's fair to say, are not your typical American family, but how has this...
No, they're not. They're not the typical. And look at him just lying to us.
This virus, this epidemic, how has it upended your life, and how personally are you dealing with and processing what we're going through now?
Well, I'm, a lot more isolated. The meetings are on software, Microsoft Teams.
Looks quite happy. People dying everywhere.
Even friends that I would normally go see, we're doing video conferencing, which seems a bit unusual. There's a lot of anxiety about, how far does this go? We have employees of the foundation who feel a bit isolated, because they're just in their apartment. Some with their kids there feel like it's very crowded. So how do we help people deal with this? A lot of people are rising to the occasion, but for me, my life is just completely different. I wake up every morning and think, is this real, or was it something I had a nightmare about?
Really? Is it real, or is it something you had a nightmare about? Because the year before this, you invented the thing. Yep. You, the Peerbright Institute, major stakeholder. This is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Come on, people, please.
And like all the rest of us, I mean, do you get scared sometimes? And if so, about what?
Well, this isn't the worst case. That is the 1% or so case fatality rate when your medical system is not overloaded.
Here we go. Here we go. Get ready. Remember, this is 2015.
Loaded. If this was smallpox, that would be like 30%.
What? So did he just say smallpox? If this was smallpox? If this was smallpox? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It'd be 30% the death rate? What? Did he just say that? And what just happened this week? Or what? What just happened this week? Say again, Bill. Say again.
Overloaded. If this was smallpox, that would be like 30%. So this is super, super bad. But we will eventually get a vaccine. Even before then, if we do the right things, we'll be able to open up significant parts of the economy. And so once you're in the crisis, you're just doing your best to deal with it. I'm sure once we get past this, we'll look back, understand what we could have done differently, and make sure that we're not letting it happen again, particularly because it could be even worse in terms of the fatality rate.
Bill Gates, next time you give one of these speeches, I trust people will listen. Thank you so much.
Did you hear that? Are we going to listen next time he gives a speech? Because look at he's just done here, mate. Look at he's just done here.
And so I'm hoping in 5 years I can write a book called, We Are Ready for the Next Pandemic. But it'll take tens of billions in R&D that the US and the UK will be part of that. It'll take probably about $1 billion a year for a pandemic task force at the WHO level, which is doing the surveillance and actually doing what I call germ games, where you practice. You say, okay, what if a bioterrorist brought smallpox to 10 airports? How would the world respond to that? That there's naturally caused epidemics and bioterrorism caused epidemics that could even be way worse than what we experience today. And yet the advances in medical science should give us tools that we could do dramatically better. So
wow, there you go, guys. There you go. Wow, can you believe that? And what happened then? Straight after that? Yeah, vials were found. Is it any wonder we think that he's going to do a conspiracy theorists? Is it any wonder, yeah, that we think that he's going to do something? Look at this. Just this week. Oh, wow, what? Smallpox. Hasn't been around for 3 decades. Killed over 300 million people during the 1900s. And now, I would say, he's got this to attack the human cell even more than what it did here. And there is another clip I could play for you where he says that pandemic number 2, he let it slip yesterday, I think. I don't have it here, but I'll find it. He mentions pandemic number 2. So guys, you thought COVID was bad? You thought COVID was bad? I can tell you that was just a beta test. Yeah, it was just a beta. This thing, well, this was live, yeah, but that smallpox, the second one, guys, we're in trouble unless we stop them and wake up now. We need to wake up, get together, and take down the government. And when we vote, next time we come to vote, but we need to start waking up now.